Homelessness in America isn't just a national crisis. It's a devastating reality hitting Arizona especially hard. In this eye-opening documentary, we'll dig deep into the shocking causes, current situations, harsh impacts, and potential solutions for homelessness in Arizona. Through the vivid streets of its bustling cities and serene beauty of its natural landscapes, the heartbreaking human stories behind the numbers will unfold. These aren't just statistics. These are lives hanging by a thread. Homelessness isn't only about lacking a place to sleep. It's tied to crushing economic struggles, mental health crises, and far more complex issues. Arizona, famous for its stunning desert scenery and vibrant urban areas, faces a rapidly worsening homelessness emergency demanding immediate action. This documentary reveals the raw truth, analyzes root causes, paints a clear picture of today's reality, explores its devastating impact on people and neighborhoods, and suggests practical solutions to tackle this urgent crisis. Current state of homelessness in Arizona. To truly grasp the gravity of homelessness in Arizona, it's essential to face the shocking facts head-on, statistics, and the heartbreaking reality faced by thousands every day. Statistical overview. Arizona's homeless crisis is spiraling out of control, becoming one of the fastest-growing homeless populations among all major states. Cities like Phoenix are seeing an alarming rise, nearly a staggering 450% increase in people camping openly on streets in concentrated areas. The infamous zone, once known as Thunderdome, now houses nearly 1,000 desperate souls living unsheltered, a number skyrocketing over the past decade. These shocking figures scream for urgent intervention and real support. But what happens next is even more alarming. Arizona ranks a disturbing 13th nationwide in human trafficking, with 651 cases annually, devastating hundreds of innocent lives. Commercial exploitation is rampant, generating millions in illegal profits yearly, further deepening the homelessness crisis. Concentrated areas. Phoenix's The Zone, now frighteningly nicknamed the Danger Zone, is a grim symbol of Arizona's homelessness emergency. Efforts to clear the encampments have tragically failed to address deeper issues, leading to endless cycles of eviction and desperate returns. Even affluent Scottsdale has witnessed increased homelessness, as individuals are pushed out by soaring prices in wealthier neighborhoods. These areas aren't just visibly suffering. They're battling unseen issues, fueling homelessness statewide. Living conditions. Life for Arizona's homeless is brutal and unforgiving. Many suffer through scorching temperatures, no clean water, little access to nutritious food, and constant danger from theft and violence. Basic hygiene, personal safety, and dignity vanish without stable housing, making daily existence a grueling fight for survival. Reports reveal nearly 1,000 individuals struggling desperately in these concentrated areas, enduring hardships far beyond simply lacking shelter. Causes of homelessness in Arizona. Understanding what fuels homelessness is crucial to solving it effectively, and Arizona is gripped by several escalating crises driving this alarming trend. High housing costs. Skyrocketing housing costs are suffocating Arizona's residents. Rental and home prices have exploded recently, leaving low-income individuals and families unable to afford safe, stable homes. In Phoenix alone, rents surged a staggering 177% compared to last year. Thousands now face an impossible choice: pay rent or buy essentials like food and medicine. This deadly financial strain drives many into homelessness every day. Lack of affordable housing. Arizona faces a critical shortage of affordable housing. With almost no low-cost options, countless individuals end up on streets or trapped in temporary shelters. Housing development desperately lags behind demand, creating a massive, urgent gap. Compounding the crisis, restrictive zoning laws and building codes severely limit affordable housing construction in key cities, leaving vulnerable residents nowhere to turn. Population growth. Arizona's rapid population growth fuels the homelessness fire. Thousands flock to Arizona, seeking economic opportunity in sunny climates. But housing can't keep pace. Cities like Phoenix and Tucson are buckling under the pressure. Housing shortages explode, and rental prices soar. This chaotic housing scramble is pushing more people every day onto Arizona's streets. Substance abuse and social issues. Substance abuse is a grim reality haunting Arizona's homeless. Addiction doesn't just wreck personal lives. It destroys housing stability and fuels crime. Mental health disorders and domestic violence add layers of suffering, trapping individuals deeper in poverty. The intersection of addiction and homelessness is an intricate, heartbreaking puzzle demanding comprehensive solutions. Lack of support services. Arizona's lack of crucial support services severely hampers efforts to fight homelessness. Many homeless individuals lack basic resources like health care, mental health support, or job training programs, making it nearly impossible to secure stable employment or permanent housing. Red tape and chronic underfunding weaken existing programs, leaving countless people stranded without essential help. Behind every shocking statistic is a real human story. Personal testimonies reveal the heart-wrenching struggles and inspiring triumphs of those fighting homelessness daily. These firsthand experiences offer crucial insights and remind us why empathy and understanding are absolutely essential when tackling homelessness together. Love can blossom even when life crashes down around you. Lori, a longtime Phoenix resident, proves it every blistering day and every shivering night on the streets. She and her husband have survived 16 relentless years without a roof. Yet their marriage has only grown tougher and kinder. We've been together for 15 years, going on 16, she smiles, clutching his hand. Being out here hasn't changed the love I have for him at all. He nods, eyes shining. And mine for her either. I think it's made it stronger. Their commitment shows that steady support and fierce devotion can outlast almost any storm. But what happened next was even more surprising. A rapid rehousing grant fell into Lori's life like a sudden desert rain. Case managers scrambled to secure an apartment. Nurses treated her lingering asthma. Volunteers donated secondhand furniture. And brand new neighbors greeted the couple with homemade enchiladas. In barely 6 weeks, Lori packed up her tent for the last time. Today she drinks morning coffee at a real table while golden sunrise pours through clean glass. Living proof that targeted help plus ironclad spirit can flip a nightmare into a victory. Another gripping story belongs to Marcus, a former Marine who lost everything to addiction. Alcohol, then painkillers, then cocaine dragged him closer to the pavement. Sitting on a folding chair outside a shelter, he gazes at the horizon with steady resolve. I used to be comfortable smoking weed. It didn't bother me at all, he explains. Then one day I decided I didn't want to do it no more. So I retired. That single decision kicked off a brutal detox. But therapy, peer mentoring, and veteran-focused housing finally handed him a second chance. Marcus now coaches other vets through recovery, proving that no fall is final when compassion stands ready to lift you up. These raw tales smash through cold statistics. They shout that homelessness is never just a number. Every unsheltered person is a neighbor with memories, skills, and hopes. When we listen, we discover real-world answers, patient outreach, trauma-informed care, and the unshakable belief that every life holds worth. Impacts of homelessness. Homelessness tears through lives like a wrecking ball, then ripples across entire communities. Impact on individuals. Health suffers first. Without clinics, a toothache mutates into a blood infection, and minor cuts become threats to life. A recent survey found 70% of unsheltered Arizonans battle at least one chronic condition, yet only 15% saw a doctor last year. Mental strain erupts next. Anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress flourish when safe walls and regular schedules disappear. Safety also evaporates. Cardboard cannot replace a locked door, and every night invites new danger from assault or theft. Impact on children. When kids lose stable housing, classrooms become revolving doors. Homework vanishes, friendships break, and future dreams dim. Teachers report that homeless students are twice as likely to repeat a grade and 4 times more likely to drop out entirely, robbing Arizona of future nurses, builders, and innovators. Impact on the community. Crime spikes when desperation soars. Drug arrests, robberies, and violent clashes rise near overcrowded encampments. One Phoenix block suffered 4 murders in a single week, forcing detectives into costly overtime. Budgets bleed as emergency rooms become revolving doors for untreated illness, diverting millions from libraries, parks, and road repairs. Environmental damage follows. Trash piles up, human waste seeps into storm drains, and public spaces turn hazardous, driving cleanup costs sky high and morale rock bottom. Impact on the economy. Property values slump when tents line sidewalks, shops close early, and tourists steer clear. Researchers estimate Phoenix loses about $20 million in annual tourism revenue due to visible homelessness, squeezing service workers already on tight budgets. Solutions to homelessness. Turning the tide demands bold, layered action that strikes at root causes while lifting people swiftly into safety. Increase affordable housing supply. Arizona is channeling record funds into social housing towers, rent vouchers, and landlord incentive packages that keep prices within reach. Fresh designs, tiny home villages, modular pods, and converted motels can welcome residents in months instead of years. Tear down legal barriers. Old zoning rules trap thousands in limbo. Reform efforts now allow duplexes on large, single-family lots, speed permits for accessory dwellings, and scrap costly parking minimums, accelerating construction and slicing rents. Enhance support services. Housing without care becomes a revolving door. Mobile clinics deliver wound treatment, vaccines, and prescriptions right in encampments. Telepsychiatry kiosks and shelters renew antidepressants within minutes. New detox centers pair medical stabilization with therapy, peer mentoring, and job coaching, tackling addiction from every side. Boost economic mobility. Job training hubs inside refurbished warehouses teach welding, solar installation, truck driving, and coding basics. Courses offer free childcare and flexible hours, then link graduates to employers who pay fair wages. Because a steady paycheck is the strongest anti-eviction shield. Strengthen community networks. Faith groups roll pantry trucks into camps, veteran clubs mentor newly housed soldiers, and neighborhood drives gather socks, bottled water, and pet food, since beloved animals are caught in this crisis too. The Arizona Housing Trust Fund just approved $30 million for shovel-ready developments in Flagstaff, Mesa, and Yuma. Law schools run expungement clinics that clear minor records so clients can pass background checks for leases and jobs. Private investors launch impact bonds that repay only when shelters empty, linking profit to public progress. Meanwhile, residents host block-wide cleanups, transforming trash-choked lots into cactus gardens. Arizona once redirected rivers across scorching terrain to create farmland, proof that grit and ingenuity thrive here. By voting for housing initiatives, volunteering time, or simply greeting an unsheltered neighbor with respect, every viewer can fuel the next wave of change. New smartphone apps map open shelter beds in real time, guiding outreach teams before nightfall chills desert air. Solar power hydration kiosks hand out chilled water at bus stops, blocking heat stroke during triple-digit afternoons. Data dashboards track which programs cut returns to homelessness fastest, steering dollars toward methods that truly work. The legislature recently earmarked $10 million for counseling vans that bring therapists to the streets. Early trials show crisis calls drop 30% once weekly sessions start right where people live. By moving therapy to the person, stigma melts and real healing begins. Hope is sturdier than any obstacle. With united effort, government, businesses, charities, and caring neighbors, Arizona can transform one of its darkest challenges into a bright success story that inspires the nation. A thunderclap of hope opens this chapter. Real change begins the instant full support wraps around every person who has lost a home. Providing counseling, case management, and life skills coaching lifts people higher than any single handout ever could. Programs that weave these elements together build true stability while restoring dignity step by step. Rehabilitation lights the road to recovery. Substance abuse drives many into life on the pavement. So Arizona is pouring new energy into treatment hubs that welcome everyone. No questions asked. Detox wings, group therapy rooms, and peer mentors join forces under one roof. People battling addiction now receive medical help, emotional guidance, and housing placement in a single smooth stream. Integrated care that mixes mental health counseling with sober living apartments is proving wildly successful, cutting relapse rates and boosting long-term wellness. Teamwork makes policies powerful. Government offices, nonprofits, and neighborhood leaders are linking arms to strike homelessness from every angle. Arizona's updated master plan targets housing, healthcare, and steady work all at once. Community listening sessions shape each strategy, so solutions match real local needs. When residents feel heard, they rally behind new projects with fresh enthusiasm, creating a circle of support that keeps growing. Public-private partnerships unlock new tools. Businesses donate empty warehouses that become job training labs. Faith groups supply volunteers for meal prep and tutoring. City planners fast-track permits for low-cost homes. Every partner adds speed or funding or creative spark, making limited resources stretch further than ever imagined. Government action surges forward. Facing a rising crisis, state leaders launched a sweeping plan that hammers away at both urgent relief and lasting change. Budgets now reserve millions for affordable buildings in Phoenix, Tucson, and Flagstaff, all funded through a blend of state cash and federal grants. One flagship effort, Shelters to Shutters Greater Phoenix, moves people from cots to couches, pairing permanent apartments with job coaching, trauma therapy, and regular health checkups. Streamlined paperwork now speeds federal aid into local hands, wiping away months of delays that once left projects stuck on the runway. Prevention programs shut the exit door before families fall. Rent assistance keeps mothers and children in their apartments during sudden layoffs. Utility grants stop power shutoffs that could trigger eviction. By catching problems early, these measures block the slide into homelessness, saving money and sparing heartbreak. Strong oversight guards every dollar. Arizona posts spending dashboards online where citizens can track grants in real time. Independent audits run every quarter to keep budgets honest. Clear data shows which pilot projects slash street counts fastest, guiding future investments toward the brightest outcomes. Fresh ideas bloom beyond classic shelters. Tiny home villages now dot city edges, offering secure walls, locking doors, and community gardens at a fraction of traditional construction cost. Each village hosts a resource center with computers, Resume workshops, and on-site doctors. For many residents, this calm setting becomes the bridge between tents and full apartments. Smartphones become lifelines. A new mobile app maps open beds each night, shows bus routes, and pings clinics that offer same-day care. One tap connects users with caseworkers who can arrange rides and confirm appointments. Technology turns complex systems into simple choices on a screen, shrinking the gap between need and help. Grassroots power fuels kindness on every corner. Volunteer crews pack hygiene kits, run pop-up medical tents, and hand out fresh socks during scorching summers. Groups such as Billy's Way Home dish hot meals while building friendship circles that fight isolation. These efforts prove that even small acts, repeated often, create massive waves of relief. Education smashes stereotypes. Community workshops explain that homelessness can strike anyone after a medical bill, a house fire, or a family breakup. School projects pair students with outreach teams, so tomorrow's leaders grow up armed with empathy. Travel documentaries like ours spotlight these hidden battles, pushing viewers to rethink assumptions and join the mission. Work equals freedom. Vocational programs now teach welding, solar panel wiring, and coding basics inside renovated factories. Graduates leave with industry certificates plus guaranteed job interviews. Earning a paycheck restores pride, reactivates bank accounts, and breaks the cycle of crisis. Local businesses open doors wide. Restaurants hire trained cooks straight from shelters. Landscaping firms supply tools and safety gear to new crews. Employers discover loyal staff, while participants gain both income and purpose. This virtuous loop strengthens whole neighborhoods. Economic growth lifts everyone when housing stays affordable. New legislation encourages duplexes, backyard cottages, and converted motels. Lenders receive tax credits for low-interest loans on social housing projects. Simplified zoning rules clear away outdated barriers, unleashing builders eager to meet soaring demand without driving prices through the roof. Tiny steps unite into a giant leap forward. Efforts already show promise. Street-to-home placements doubled last year. Multiple counties reported fewer unsheltered children for the first time in a decade. Though the path ahead still twists through steep challenges, momentum is real and rising. Final rallying cry. Homelessness in Arizona remains complex and urgent, yet hope burns brighter than ever. By hitting root causes, tracking progress honestly, and fueling empathy, the state can steer thousands towards safe beds and brighter futures. Our documentary will keep shining a spotlight until every person has the key to a front door and the tools to thrive. If this vision moves you, tap like, leave your thoughts, and subscribe for more stories that drive action. Together, we can turn compassion into concrete results.